Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tousi TV, your global news channel. Conservative new media commentator and activist, supporter of Tousi TV, and my friend Charlie Kirk is now confirmed dead. Following our initial report an hour ago, over the last few minutes we have now received confirmation that unfortunately Charlie did not survive the assassination on his life. We have a lot of information to go through. We have a lot of videos which we're going to show you. We have some worrying updates about the situation with the suspect. We also have our live feed from the White House as President Donald J. Trump has now ordered the flag to be lowered. Now, there's a lot to go through when it comes to this situation. The attacker, the shooter, was not the suspect who was arrested earlier today. The suspect is still at large. The FBI have taken control of the investigation, but we're going to give you guys everything that we know so far. First things first, we're going to get your reaction in the live chat. This is going to be a live coverage of the whole thing as we get more information. Charlie Kirk, 31 years old, the founder of Turning Point US, the man who successfully managed to raise awareness when it comes to conservatism, when it comes to Christian values, and when it comes to the fight for the Western civilization. He's now dead. His children have lost their father. His wife has lost her husband. Charlie was a good friend of Tousi TV. He was a big supporter of what we do here. When I first started the channel a few years back, when there were still a lot of people who didn't have any faith, Charlie said, keep going. Turning Point in general have been very supportive, both in the US and in the UK. For me, of course, this is a personal thing, but this is something else. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at war. This is war. The war for the soul of the West. Left-wing terrorism, a danger that has been ignored by those in the establishment. Enough is enough. People need to wake up that we are at war. Now, of course, a lot of us, we've had to increase our own security, and there's many others, obviously fellow new media, conservative outlets and activists out there as well. There is going to be a rally on the 13th of September in London. Hopefully everybody will stay safe. Let's just quickly go back to the moment of the attack.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh my God. Go, run. Whoa.
And this was when Charlie was taken by security immediately to the hospital.
Hey, stop! Okay. Stop, folks! Stop! Back up! Easy! Amy, go!
Well, in case, I don't know how you might have missed the initial updates. In case you have missed it, Charlie Kirk was holding an event out in public at the Utah Valley University. He was once again raising awareness about the threats against the West. The tour was called the American Comeback Tour. He was talking about Irina, the Ukrainian girl who also lost her life, was killed. He was talking about the rise of the mass shooters in America, those who are confused about their genders. And literally seconds after that comment, seconds, he got attacked. Next video shows the moment people who were in the crowd started running away. Now, as I said there, we do have our live feed from the White House. President Trump has ordered the flag to be lowered. There is a lot more information that's coming in as well, but I want to first show you the initial reaction from the president. Well, his initial post on social media was about sending his prayers to Charlie and his family when all we knew was that he was taken to hospital. As I did say in the previous live stream, the live report, the way it looked, the footage, I don't know how anybody could have survived that, but that was still the moment where everybody was still hoping. But then President Trump posted this: "The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you." There was the president and his comment. And this was the moment the Real America's Voice, that the Charlie Kirk's channel, the channel that obviously airs his show, broke the story. Let's quickly go to that moment.
John Solomon's reporting on Just the News that he's passed. Yes, is this what I'm hearing? Yes, can I get it here?
I mean,
Yes. Yes. Wow. Right here, Rav, at this moment, guys. Let's go around the horn, Gino. You were continue on the horrendous news that Charlie Kirk has passed.
well, my prayers are for Erica, for her children,
Wow.
for his family. This is beyond devastating, Eric. I've known Charlie, as I said, since he was a child.
Yeah. The problem we have is that, well, there's going to be a massive reaction, whether you like it or not. A lot more people are going to wake up now. Meanwhile, the mainstream media, in particular MSNBC, essentially said that Charlie Kirk had it coming. The next clip we're going to show you is the legacy side of the corrupt media, saying you can't stop with these awful thoughts that you have and then saying these awful words and then not expect awful actions to take place. Essentially, they're saying, because of Charlie's views, and by the way, in case you don't know, Charlie Kirk's views were, let's all be united, let's all believe in the Western values, Christian values, and just be normal. Those were his views. According to MSNBC, if you have those views, if something happens to you, don't be surprised.
Then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Wow.
Turning Point USA has confirmed that he was shot.
Do you realize this is exactly why I do what I do? This is why we have to do what we do in general, all of us. This is not just for fun. This is what we are up against. And these were the people who are not necessarily responsible. Sometimes at best they turn a blind eye, then they justify, which at this point is basically being complicit. And then you also have the militants who could do anything, anytime, to any of us. Charlie Kirk cared about life, he cared about freedom, cared about liberty, not just for people in the United States, but for people all around the world. That was why he supported me as a friend, but also professionally. He supported Tousi TV, the early days. He knew that we're all in the same fight. He was recently talking to an Iranian immigrant in the United States at one of his rallies, and he said this.
Country of origin is your family, or
My family's from
Assyrian?
Iran.
Iran. Okay. Yeah. Just so here's a great example. Iranians, Persians, you guys do not need DEI. You're the most successful immigrant group to America by far because you're some of the smartest, hardest working, and you did that without any sort of favors and any sort of handouts. I mean, Persian businessmen have done amazing in America, not because of DEI. In fact, DEI would say, oh, Persians are too successful. We're going to call them white, and we're going to try to have another group be more successful. And so that I just to kind of personalize it to you, Persians have benefited from the idea, don't give me anything, don't give me stuff, just give me a chance. And because of that, Persians or former Iranians are some of the wealthiest immigrant groups in the history of America.
They took him away from us. Let's give you some more information about the moment of the attack. What we do know on this map, on the left, top left, that's where the event was taking place, and Charlie was sitting there on the left. About 200 yards away to the right was where the shooter was located. And the man who was arrested earlier, and we showed you the video, I'll show you again quickly, was actually not the shooter. The suspect is still at large. The threat is still out there. Nobody knows still who it was. Of course, the FBI have now taken control of the investigation. They will find out. The manhunt will be successful, but it's not really just about one man. This is not an isolated incident. Do not listen to the legacy media. This is a virus. It's been infecting the rest of the Western world in general. None of us is safe. None of us. President Trump posted this in the honor of Charlie Kirk, a truly great American patriot. I am ordering all American flags throughout the United States lowered to half-mast until Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Governor DeSantis said, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Casey and I are praying for his family. Charlie was a warrior for liberty, and his murder is a tragedy for our nation. That was the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis. Apart from the wider impact on not just our movement when it comes to the conservative-leaning new media or activists, not just the impact on the Western civilization, not just the impact on the United States of America, but there's also an impact on his family and on his children. This was this lovely video when he was actually on one of the mainstream media channels. I think this was Fox, I think. And his daughter came in before the recording. We still have the live feed from the White House. We're also waiting for our live camera to be prepared from Utah Valley University on the scene. We're still having some technical difficulties with our live cam over there. I will keep you guys posted on that shortly. We also have a reaction from Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Janet and I are devastated. Charlie Kirk's commitment to America's future generations and sense of patriotism will resonate for decades to come. May the Lord bless Charlie and his family. Nancy Mace also said, our hearts break for the Kirk family, Turning Point USA, and all who had the privilege of knowing Charlie personally. He was a beacon of true leadership, rooted deeply in his faith as a Christian, his principles as a conservative, and his integrity as a man. Charlie was one of the brightest lights of our time, whose sole mission was to share the word of God and promote peace. Tragically, he was senselessly taken from us in cold blood. Above all, Charlie was a devoted man of God, a loving father, and a dedicated husband. May God grant his soul eternal rest. America will carry on your legacy. Representative Nancy Mace. We have also received a video from a few minutes ago, the moment the White House, with the order of President Trump, decided to lower the flag. One of the things about Charlie Kirk was the way he interacted with not just people who agreed with him, but even those he disagreed with. They used to shout at him, and he used to smile and still offer them peace. Now, it is interesting because when someone dies, they always say, oh, well, now people are going to say the nice things. But actually, Charlie was one of the people that even when he was alive, people were still saying the nice things about him. There are a lot of things you could say about a character like him. Only a few days ago, literally yesterday, a couple of days ago, Charlie said this about Irina, the Ukrainian girl who was also killed out in public in America. Charlie said, America will never be the same. Today, I must agree, especially after now, America and the West in general will never be the same. He also did say this after what happened to Irina on his show.
This was one of the coldest, most senseless murders I've ever seen. She had no interaction with this guy whatsoever. She was sitting minding her own business, and he just takes out a knife and just decides to stab her. I do say this with some form of just heaviness. I don't like politicizing situations like this, but it just necessitates it because there are so many dynamics at play here.
We have also received the latest statement from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Bibi said, Charlie Kirk was murdered for speaking truth and defending freedom. A lion-hearted friend of Israel who fought the lies and stood tall for Judeo-Christian civilization. I spoke to him only 2 weeks ago and invited him to Israel. Sadly, that visit will not take place. We lost an incredible human being. His boundless pride in America and his valiant belief in free speech will leave a lasting impact. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Now, while we wait for our live feed from Utah Valley University, obviously we still have the live feed from the White House. I'm just going to quickly get some reaction over here as well. Your thoughts are important as Tousi TV viewers. Fez, thank you for your super chat saying, will this be the proverb straw? 0 hour is coming. A lot of people are absolutely furious on the right, not just his friends, not just his supporters or the members of Turning Point, but many on the conservative side. Decades of brainwashing finally bore fruit. This is the left. This is it. We better stand as one. To think that he was making a video about the Ukrainian girl a few hours ago, now he's gone. Madness, this world. Yeah, God bless, he was a good guy. We have a super chat from Israel saying, in memory of Charlie, I will give 10 memberships. Rest in peace, Charlie. Thank you very much for that. Although obviously, I'm assuming you're talking about YouTube memberships. YouTube membership is not in our control. That's controlled by Google and YouTube. If you want to become a member, or if you want to gift membership, make sure to go on Tousi.tv or scan the QR code. That's the best way. That's our independent platform. If you want to support us, or if you want to get access to everything else, just join Tousi TV Plus. Don't click on the join button on YouTube. That's irrelevant. That's nothing to do with me. That won't help. But yeah, if you want to join as a Tousi TV Plus member, that's the best way. Also, the link, the URL is on the screen. Stay strong, brother. I know this is a difficult broadcast, especially on your honeymoon. We are here with you. You will make it through. Stay strong. Thank you, Highlander. I appreciate this. Condolences to his family and yourself, Tousi. Craig says, we will not stop against this evil now. I wonder if people are going to finally wake up or not, like you guys. Charlie inspired all of us to fight for righteousness, truth, and justice. He was an indomitable force of goodness. He was more than that. I mean, he was also just a nice human, which is quite rare, you know. He actually did practice his Christianity. He didn't just preach it. Ivan says, a great loss to the side of the good. Rest in peace. Fight, fight, fight. Never give up. Never surrender. Thank you very much for your generous super chat. Jumpin' Jack saying the left has crossed the line. They have crossed the line. Again, just a reminder. The suspect is still at large. It was not that man that you saw. It wasn't just him. It wasn't him. We don't know about the shooter. We're still waiting for confirmation from the FBI about their investigation. We have received the statement from the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. Starmer says, "My thoughts this evening are with the loved ones of Charlie Kirk. It is heartbreaking that a young family has been robbed of a father and a husband. We must all be free to debate openly and freely without fear." That's what Starmer is saying. There can be no justification for political violence. That was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Right. Rubate says from Australia, it starts as the politics of hate. It flows through the mainstream media into the necks of a girl on a bus and of a good, honest man. If there are no consequences, it keeps flowing. Let's also appreciate the fact that we do have President Trump in the White House right now, as this happened. It's not Joe Biden. It's not Obama. And the president was good friends, family friends, with Charlie and his family. He's not going to let this go. And it's not just about one suspect, one shooter. There is a virus that needs to be dealt with, and the vaccine is in the White House. It's time. And of course, I am sure that the president will do what is right. He's already doing it with basic crime in major cities. Now we have to take the next level. Nigel says that the only answer the left-wing fascists have to legitimate debate, and they call us fascists. Well, fascism is left-wing anyway, so yeah, I mean, the irony that the most fascist group is calling themselves anti-fascist or Antifa. Once again, I introduce you to the tolerant left. Yep. They're probably going to say it's mental illness anyway. Wake up. This is a global war on Christians, on our values and everything we stand for in the West. Is it now okay to harass journalists that have a different opinion than yours because they are the cause? This is just so sad. It makes me fear the left. The left just wants us all dead. Of course they do. Now, because they know their time is coming to an end, but the left want a war. I think they have now got one. One they will not win. We are at war. They know they couldn't do anything else. They've been losing at ballot box. They've been losing debates. Violence is the last option for them. That's what they wanted. Mosh from Israel says, been a while since I was speechless, and I am known for talking a lot. May he walk with Jesus and receive eternal bliss. I'm just gutted. Thank you, Mosh Cohen from Israel, for your kind words. Man, why Charlie? God bless him. Ivan also says the mainstream media are as guilty as the shooter. It's just disgusting behavior. The MSNBC, I don't understand why they didn't even cut the guy off. They just nod like a bunch of NPCs. So says, so sorry for the loss of your friend, Tousi. Rest in peace. Thank you so much. We were actually going to get Charlie to come to the New Media Conference last month as well. Wasn't possible, but I wish that had happened. But Marshall also says the gloves are off, mate. Please be watchful, Maya. Don't worry. Drew says, Charlie called out the people who call you a coconut. He will be remembered and blessed. Who will call you what? Who called out the people? Yeah, of course. Still not dark enough to be a coconut, but yeah. Tesbot says, this is appalling. He always spoke the truth. The dark forces of this world hate the truth. So sorry for his family and friends, including you, having just got married. Rest in peace. Yep. The left are sick. This will only make us stronger. We're just getting some more updates. I'll go back to some of the reaction in the live chat as well. While I just check, obviously we have the live feed from the White House. I'm just going to double check the latest reactions. And I believe we can shortly go to Utah. The governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, will be speaking shortly. I'll keep you guys posted on that. We also do have another breaking news that's coming in, another mass shooter. Just going to put this on for you guys. We can now confirm that 3 teenagers are now critically injured in Colorado after a mass shooting at the Evergreen High School, about 30 miles west of Denver. The victims are now being treated at St. Anthony Hospital, where the doctors are saying that they are either in surgery or in emergency. The high school has now been cleared after the shooting. We have a reaction from the governor, Governor Polis, saying that state troopers are now assisting local authorities and have said that students should be able to attend school safely later on without fear. So that's also the latest update, breaking news from Colorado. And I think we have a moment of silence in the House of Representatives for Charlie Kirk. Let me just take you quickly there.
What purpose does the gentlelady from Colorado rise? We will join prayer right after this, okay? The chair lays before the House a communication.
Yeah, Speaker Mike Johnson obviously leading this. Okay, so the authorities and the FBI are now telling us that the suspect obviously is still at large. They haven't caught him, but they are also saying that no gun has been found. So he didn't leave the gun as he escaped. He took everything with him. And the investigation continues. Piers Morgan has now reacted to MSNBC, what we showed you earlier on. Piers says MSNBC's shameful output since Charlie Kirk was shot, first suggesting it was one of his own supporters firing a gun in celebration, then inferring that he brought it on himself with his opinions, confirms everything I've always suspected about the woke left. They are repulsive. That was Piers Morgan reacting to MSNBC and their coverage. Let's not forget the power of Charlie Kirk and his movement. In 2012, he set up Turning Point, and only years before the 2016 presidential election, the impact that his movement had on getting the youth vote out in 2016, but especially in 2024, was absolutely ridiculous. The massive credit goes to people like Charlie and his movement for a huge part of the votes for President Trump that saved the United States. We do have received a short footage from just before the attack. And this shows on social media, showing what appears to be an individual on the roof of the Luce Center. This is at Utah Valley University, moments before Charlie was targeted. Let's quickly go to that moment.
Getting right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there?
Someone up there.
Just saying. He just ran from over, where's my finger? Whoa. From over there, ran in. And now he's right there. Just saying.
Yeah, so that's literally, you can see Luce Center. Yeah, somebody did say see something. Obviously, people probably didn't take it seriously. Like, now someone, probably security, someone else up there. But this is where everybody needs to always be careful. If you see anything that's suspicious, you always have to raise it. Although, when it came to what happened to President Trump at his rally, last year, people did see. They also warned the authorities on the ground, and nothing happened. It was too late. Going back to you guys, Blackfish Blues says, my condolences, Maya. Satan is loose. Authoritarian says the Marxism should be declared a mental illness. It's also terrorism, but yeah. Phil says, absolutely heartbroken. Too many innocent lives are being taken by this nurtured insanity. He will never be forgotten. A patriot who was murdered today. Caitlin says, his poor family. Heartbreaking, God bless. I don't like both sides, but right more tolerable. The right is more tolerable. Winnie the Pooh says, hold the line. We will not go quietly into the night, and we will not vanish without a fight. We are the people. At 200 yards, it has to be an expert in shooting. Yeah. With a rifle. Yep. This seems planned. Of course. Yeah. It wasn't spontaneous. We are in mourning. We lost one of our great true freedom speakers. May God give us strength and comfort. Yep, thank you. And Alex says, I am devastated at tonight's news. The left have blood on their hands as their rhetoric has given a lunatic like this shooter the belief that this is acceptable. The world will never be the same. There's a lot of reaction from Israel saying, I believe that Charlie Kirk was murdered on the orders of the Qatari government in response to the elimination of Hamas in Qatar. And this is to hurt Israel and the United States. Could be anyone, really. There's a lot of enemies of the West. RG says, I know how hard I'm taking this, and I am a very docile person. These feelings in someone less stable. I honestly don't think this is going to go unanswered. I hope this won't escalate further. We'll find out in the next few hours and the next few days. Be careful, Mr. T. We can't lose you. Thanks, guys. Kieran says that you cannot hate the vile, repugnant left enough. Mary Jane says, just wanted to send you a hug. Thank you. Coco Foco from Israel says, for all the people that said that they're going to stop with the Jews, they're never going to just stop with the Jews. The Jews are just the first. Rest in peace, Charlie, a brilliant man and father. There's a lot more reaction, by the way. I apologize if I can't read all the stupid chats. There's so many of you. Charlie only had different opinions, but that doesn't mean he deserved to die over it. I'm sorry for your and everybody else's loss. He inspired critical thinking amongst youths like us. Yeah, there's a lot of reaction. We got Aaron talking about Trump's post. It was quite muted. Feels like something big is coming. Yeah, I know what you mean. Carolyn says, sending a prayer. Proper Medic says he had just been asked a question regarding trans shooters. Yeah, it was literally seconds before he was talking about the mass shooters who are trans. Wezo, thank you so much. And another one from Israel saying, I am so very sorry for your loss. Please keep yourself safe. I would be devastated if we lost you too. Thank you. Keith says, rest in peace, Charlie. Thanks, guys. Maya, someone in the chat just threatened you. Someone with last name Hamid, of course. Yeah, it's just everyday death threats against me and the rest of us. Got Dark Defiance, thank you. We also have Phoenix. Kemal says woke leftists are pushing America to the abyss. The idea of hate speech needs to go. Carter says, please don't go out and take vengeance. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves. And Lee says, freedom of speech, national identity and civil liberties are being eroded. I want to double check the confirmation. Yes, we do have... we can shortly go to the governor of Utah with his reaction to what is going on. Stay with me, guys. Can we? Yeah. They're late.
Oh, sorry about that.
We're just waiting for the governor of Utah.
And he's just telling us a time code, or is he? Oh, okay.
We'll stay with you guys as we wait for the governor. Stay with us, guys. Oh, I'm just getting some more information as well. The governor should be coming to us within the next minute or so. I think it's coming now.
But the microphone is in a weird place to actually hear it. So, okay, but I think we're good. He'll have to change the level there.
I thought you might be just working on it. Sorry, guys.
You're not starting it. No, we're just getting ours like just so I'm clear.
Shoot, I don't even know how to. I mean, we can just. Even that's probably good. Yeah.
We're also getting some quick update from the White House, which we're going to bring you guys live, so keep watching.
Are you good? Okay, the audio level. Good. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. We still have a little bit. Nothing quite yet. So just getting our live stream set up.
We're going to be standing here. I like the seal showing. Will you tell me if the angle, what you think of the angle?
Okay.
I like the seal. Test, 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 test.
Do they want any water? Do you want?
Yeah, might as well bring a few in. Yeah.
Just put it back there.
Yes, and I'll let them know. Perfect. So, as I mentioned, we are going to go actively live. Lieutenant Roden, we're going to start our live, and he's going to give an update every 5 minutes until the actual press conference starts. Also, if you guys need a water, our UVU hosts are kind, and they have brought some because I know it's hot and we're all in one room together. Any questions? Yeah, we can talk later.
Yeah.
There is not.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Attention to mic check. Mic. There's audio.
If anybody's having trouble with audio, there's a mult box up top now that is working. So, mic check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
I'll be with you guys in about a minute. If you 30 seconds, actually. We have some more updates for you guys. The governor should be with us soon. We now have live footage from what we had from Turning Point headquarters. We'll be waiting for that again to come back. There we go. While we wait for the governor. And obviously there's also security and the police presence there. This is, in case you don't know, this is in Scottsdale in the United States. All right, we're just getting some more information for you guys. We'll get some more reaction in the live chat shortly as well. But as far as we know, the suspect obviously is still at large. He has escaped. We have a reaction from the president. Hang on. We have a reaction from the president of Argentina, Javier Milei, saying, "My condolences." Actually, let me just quickly put this on for you guys so you could also see. That's just a complete insanity. Right. Javier Milei, the president, says, "My condolences to the family of Charlie Kirk and to all the young people in the world who admired him and listened to him. A formidable disseminator of the ideas of freedom and staunch defender of the West, he was the victim of an atrocious murder in the midst of a wave of left-wing political violence across the entire region. The left is always, at all times and places, a violent phenomenon full of hatred. The entire world lost an incredible human being." That's the president of Argentina, Javier Milei. We still have the live feed from Turning Point headquarters. And there is some more information that might be coming out shortly in regards to the manhunt by the police. And actually, we also have a quick clip I'm going to show you from Fox News that just came out. It's extremely important to just remember the way the left-wing media, including MSNBC, have been reacting to this. Of course, Fox are now hitting back massively, including Greg Gutfeld. Let me just quickly show you this, and of course, we will get back to the governor.
Yeah, I know that it's somewhat object of mockery to say thoughts and prayers, but thoughts and prayers for his family. They need it from all of us. And Jesse's right. If they could do this, they are capable of anything. I think that was the message. I believe that was the message. It's really hard to radicalize Republicans.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're not the radical type.
No.
But if you thought that you were going to shut a movement down, you're going to get a rude awakening. You woke us the fuck up.
Yeah. He's correct. He's absolutely correct. Correct, Greg. I got to say, have they? Okay, apparently they have caught the shooter. Okay, so if you could send me the confirmation. Okay, X. I'll check the DMs. Hang on 1 second. I think So I think this is the moment they also spotted the suspect on the roof. Let me just quickly bring you guys. Yes, okay, we can now confirm that the suspect is now in custody. Let me just bring you guys this as well quickly. It's absolute insanity. Right. Sorry, they seem to be all over the place because I'm trying to obviously multitask and get all the information for you guys as well. We can quickly show you this video that came out from the moment of the attack. That's the man. You can see he's spotted on the roof. I'll go back. It's there. Right up there. 200 yards away. Let's just bring it back. Hang on. There we go. Right there. Okay. So that's the latest info we have on the attacker. And okay, we're still waiting for the governor of Utah, by the way, Spencer Cox, to get to us. I think we're coming now. Okay, let's quickly go back to Utah. I think we're ready.
Okay, if we can have you get ready for the press conference, we're going to be starting.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. At this press conference, we will first hear from Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason. Then we'll hear from the FBI Special Agent in Charge, Robert Bowles. We'll then hear from Utah Valley University Vice President Val Peterson, who's been in touch with President Jimenez. And then we'll hear from Governor Cox. I'll turn the time over to Commissioner Mason.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time, political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot in an event at the Utah Valley University. He was taken by private vehicle to Timpanogos Hospital, where he later passed. The Utah Department of Public Safety will be co-leading this criminal investigation to find this killer, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are working in unison with the County Sheriff's Office, the local police department, and the University Police Department, all of which have been very cooperative and fully engaged in this process. Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However, he has been booked into the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest.
Wait.
This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim.
He's now in custody.
While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual.
This is not right because the FBI confirmed he's in custody.
This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country. As we heal, we encourage everyone who is struggling with news of the incident to call 988, our state mental health crisis line. In addition to that, our partners with the FBI will also be discussing other ways we can communicate through the public for tips and other information. Thank you.
His update was not up to date because the FBI has now confirmed they have him.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Charlie Kirk. Our thoughts are also with the people who witnessed this traumatic event. We know that what you experienced was very difficult. Our thoughts are with you as well. As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake Field Office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this investigation alongside with our partners. We are working on setting up a digital media tip line, and as soon as it's established, we'll get that information out to everyone. I know there's a lot of questions. This is very much an active case, and this investigation is in its early stages. We are following all the leads and all the evidence. If anyone has any information, please report it to the FBI or local law enforcement. Thank you. On behalf of President Tumenez, who we've been communicating with, and she's on her way back right now, I say that on behalf of Utah Valley University, we are shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk. We express our sincere condolences to the Kirk family. We grieve with our students, faculty, and staff who bore witness to this unspeakable tragedy. He was invited by the student group Turning Point USA to speak on our campus. We firmly believe that UVU is a place to share ideas and to debate openly and respectfully. Any attempt to infringe on those rights has no place here. We do not condone any form of violence at UVU and seek to make our campus a safe place for all.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this dark and tragic occasion. I want to thank our law enforcement officers who are leading this investigation, starting with Chief Long and his response here with the UVU Police Department. We're grateful for your leadership and your team. And again, to the speakers that you've just heard from who are co-leading this investigation. I also want to recognize Sheriff Mike Smith, who has been an invaluable partner as this investigation moves forward. I've been in touch with President Trump, with FBI Director Kash Patel. We are completely aligned with our state and federal partners as we work through this case. Now, this is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
Yes.
We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation. That founding document, the Declaration of Independence, that this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. The first one of those is life. And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate to shape ideas and to persuade people. Historically, our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates. That is foundational to the formation of our country, to our most basic constitutional rights. And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened. Now, we have a person of interest in custody. The investigation is ongoing. But I want to make it crystal clear right now, to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law.
The same person of interest is in custody.
I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
Yes.
Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination in the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. We
Don't
mourn
spam the live chat.
with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation. If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American. We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country. But more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be. To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who hated what Charlie Kirk stood for will put down their social media and their pens and pray for his family, and that all of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans. With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
The FBI director is posting that a suspect is in custody. I would just like clarification. Do you or do you not have a suspected shooter in custody?
We have a person of interest in custody that is being interviewed right now. We do.
That is not George Zinn.
That is not George Zinn. That is correct.
Wow.
Are you still searching or looking for another shooter
What?
or anybody else related to this?
Yes, we are actively looking for anyone and everyone who has any possible information relating to the shooting.
Can you tell us details about the suspect being taken into custody? Where? How long ago?
We cannot at this point, but we will get you that information when we can.
Is there believed to be a second individual involved in the shooting?
At this point, there is no information that would lead us to believe that there is a second person involved.
Can you guys talk about the possible shooting?
Do you want to talk about what we know there?
Yeah. The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed-circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. But we do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that.
Where do you believe the shot came from?
The shot came from here on campus, from a location at a fair, potentially from a roof. Yes, a longer distance shot from a roof.
This is chaotic.
With the security camera footage you have and the person of interest that's in custody, does that match up?
That's what we're trying to decipher right now.
So did FBI engage
Still.
anything on the threat board this morning?
I can't speak.
I'll just say that the investigation is ongoing, and as soon as we have further information, we will be sure to release it.
That's not good.
Foreign intelligence.
They're trying.
As of now, I can't comment on any of that.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about the security of the event itself? Who was there security-wise, and what happens on these kind of events?
So my name is Jeff Long, small police department. We have a very large campus. We have over 40,000 students, and we love our students. We love our visitors, and we're devastated by what happened today. This is the police chief's nightmare. I'm very saddened for the Kirk family. I know his wife and parents found out about this. Obviously he's away from home. He's here in Utah. They find out by a police officer that visits their home. That's tragic. Nobody wants that. But I can tell you about our venue today. This was an open venue. This was outside. We did have 6 officers working that event. We had probably over 3,000 people that were in attendance. It sat down in kind of a bowl area here on the central campus. We have a waterfall area. And so he was kind of in a lower area, surrounded by buildings. We had some plainclothes police officers that were in the crowd as well. We train for these things, and you think you have things covered, and these things, unfortunately, they happen. You try to get your bases covered, and unfortunately today we didn't. And because of that, we had this tragic incident. So we did have officers there. We had Charlie Kirk's team.
It's not
he
enough.
has a security team that travels with him, and they were here with him when he was shot.
It's not enough.
I'm sorry, see?
Was the weapon recovered?
At this point, I can't disclose that.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, there was a question being asked about mass shooting. Was that person apprehended, and do you know who asked that question?
Say the question again. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, he was answering a question about mass shootings specifically. Yeah. Was that person apprehended, and do you know who asked that question?
I do not. We do not have that at this moment.
What kind of weapon was used? Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for just one more question.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. A question for the chief as well. Was it your team or Kirk's team, or a combination of both, that kind of set the security protocol for the event?
So we work together. He has his team, and they do this all over the country. We all know that. This is not uncommon for them. They're very comfortable on campuses, and I was coordinating with his lead security guy, and so yeah, we were working together.
This was coordinated, trust me.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are all the questions
this was
that will be
not
answered today.
spontaneous, I can assure you.
Thank you for covering this. We will be updating you as soon as we have additional information through normal channels, working with law enforcement. Again, our deepest condolences to the Kirk family and to the students who were there today. I would just ask everyone everywhere to please pray for their family and to pray for our country. We need it now more than ever. Thank you.
All right. We can now take you back to the White House. Right. Just waiting for more intel. All right. So we're now back live from the White House, where, of course, the flag has been lowered, half-mast, and there's a bit of a confusion. Well, I think that the authorities they seem to be panicking because the issue around the 6 police officers is slightly concerning. But all I can say, and I can assure you, this was not a spontaneous attack. This was not just one person with mental illness or one person who just happens to be radical. Nope, this was definitely coordinated. You had a man who did this with a rifle 200 yards away. And he was successful. One shot. Okay? Done. First things first, that shows that this is not just a random person. Secondly, if we now know about the intel around the security issues, that person, the attacker, also would have known. This would have been definitely coordinated. Now, based on that, there are a number of other groups that would have the motive to do something like this. There was somebody in the live chat mentioned that could be groups linked to the state of Qatar because they're not too happy right now with the White House. For example, I'm not directly accusing Qatar of anything. There are so many other groups as well. This is not just some random person who just happened to be radical or just happened to be brainwashed or mentally ill. No. The way they carried this out, this was trained, this was rehearsed. They knew what they were doing. And they hit where it hurts. Fortunately, this is not just a loss to the Western world. Of course, biggest loss to his family, his wife Erica, his 2 children. But I've lost. Tousi TV lost a supporter. I've lost a friend in Charlie Kirk. As I said at the beginning of the live report, the man who had my back when I first started what I do on this channel all those years ago, when he came to London, when everybody else, there were a lot of people who didn't have any faith. Charlie told me to keep going. For me, this is personal, but this is also the war on the rest of us. We are at war, whether you like it or not, whether you want to still remain civil. You need to wake up. Everybody needs to wake up. And all those who do what we do, people like myself and Charlie, and all the others, new media outlets, conservative activists, don't just be vigilant. Be prepared, because this is war. Now, as I said, on the 13th of September, 3 days from now, we are going to have a major rally in Westminster, London, where we are going to have a lot of pro-Western, pro-freedom people coming from all around the world to support Tommy Robinson and his team. Now, obviously, there's going to be security issues, but these guys want you to be scared. These guys want you to give up, to stay at home, to not do what you do anymore. Everybody is a soldier now. Now, MSNBC and the rest of the liberal media can go around and say whatever they want to say. Whether they are scared of political correctness, they're scared that they might come for them. All I see is evil. This is pure evil. Of all people that could be taken out. Charlie? Really? As I said, still nothing justifies this level of physical violence and murder, assassination. But it is not even a vicious person. He was still kind and nice to his opponents. He's not going around actually spreading hate, as the left would say. If he can go, anyone can go. Appreciate every second of your life. Be grateful. But don't be naive. It's not about just your life. For me, it's not just about my life. It's about your loved ones. It's about the future generations. Charlie Kirk cared about the future generations. That's why he did what he did. They didn't like it. His power to shift culture. He was more powerful and more influential than any elected politician, apart from being a president. What he did, the impact of his movement in the 2016 election, or 2015 election, and of course the 2024 election, you saw it. 2016. Nina says, my thoughts and prayers for all the family. Rest in peace, my lovely. There's a lot of nice comments here. There's a few other trolls as well. There's been some weird reaction from the pro-Palestinian supporters, which is, I don't know why people are surprised about this, but I think it's important. You know, people would say it's inappropriate, but actually, I think it's extremely important for people to see this. It's extremely important for people to know. You can't take time. Usually people say, okay, this is the moment for this. This is the moment for sadness. This is the moment for reflection. You don't have time for that. You don't have time to reflect. You could do that. Take 30 seconds, do your reflection, do your mourning. Be ready, because this is happening right now. There are pro-Palestinians in the West. Ahmed said, well, someone said, the other Ahmed said, effing finally is the future if every Kirk something. He said more Zionists should be killed like this. Go for it, Americans, use your Second Amendment. Then the other Ahmed said, they're all Ahmed, by the way, obviously. No, if hell exists, he will be polishing Satan's ass with his tongue. This is what you do. You can't take time to relax, to mourn. Be ready. But that's just one group. Again, you got the other weirdo clowns who don't even know what their gender is. You have them to deal with. You got the basic political left. Nigel says, bless you, Tousi. You have lost a great friend and are battling on, even though you are bereaved. Bless you, mate. Big hugs. And I'm so sorry. Thank you so much, Nigel, for your kind words. Yeah. It's vile. Absolutely vile. Anyway. We will get more information, hopefully, about the person of interest and the suspect. They can't even call him a suspect for now. but we will keep you guys posted on Tousi TV, your global news channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tousi, and we are the media.